All right, first and foremost, I want to start off by saying, Kol Halal Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakal Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS, who rule well and who told me this truth. And salutations to you sincere Akim out here listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And I'm going to jump straight into this video. I already know it's going to be long, but whatever. I was just meditating for like a past couple days. I've been meditating on how Russia just been coming to the defense, the guard. You know, Gog and Magog is going to be a guard, right? Russia just been lately has been a guard to all these countries, right? Like, for example, we back in 2000. I got a video here. Back in 2000, I want to say 2017, I believe it was. Oh yeah, yeah, 2017. Russia had the same deal that, like, right, fast forward to 2018, Russia just sold, well, made a deal to sell the S400s to India, right? For like a couple $1 billion, whatever. And NATO was bugging out. You know, Trump was going mad. They was all pissed because, you know, Russia is gonna sell the S400. If you don't know, that's a missile defense system, right? And I got, you know, I was just meditating on that, right? And but I was like, that been happened. Russia been selling S400s to countries, man. I got it here. This was back in September 14th. This is off of RT News, September 14th, 2017. Like I said, this thing been the Lord been working, man. The Lord plays chess, so He just takes His time and puts everything in the play. You know, gets all the pieces, you know, in line or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then He makes His move. But you see, we almost at the end. But this is nothing new. Russia been being a guard. Russia's the one who really, if you are in the know, Russia's the one that's supplying. When you really think about it, it's Russia and Iran. They're in cahoots. Russia and Iran was the one who was feeding North Korea, because when you check it out, they said that North Korea, the missiles that North Korea was using, the way they were built and stuff were built just like the Iranian missiles. We know the Iran got their shit from Russia. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you pay attention, Russia been feeding all these countries because we going to war, man, and that's why America, the beast, NATO, the rebirth of the Roman Empire, it sees that, man. The average Joe not paying attention, but you know, the people in the Pentagon, the people in the know, they know what's up.
Erdogan of Turkey has slammed NATO's concerns over the purchase of a Russian defense system. He said that from now on, Turkey has slammed NATO's concerns over the purchase of a Russian defense system. He said that from now on, Turkey is set to control its own security.
They went crazy because we made the S400 agreement. What were we supposed to do? Wait for them? We've taken precautions and will continue to take precautions when it comes to our security, and we'll fend for ourselves. We'll take matters into our own hands. There's no other way.
According to the manufacturers, the S400 can shoot down up to 80 targets at a time, with a range of around 400 kilometers. The deal's proving to be a big worry for NATO allies, though. They say it's incompatible with the alliance systems already in Turkey.
Yeah, it's incompatible because they're not fucking with your shit, man. They don't want the American Salakia. They don't want the American shit. They aligning with Russia. But like I said, that's what is in the news right now, man. And that's what I was meditating on. I was thinking of, you know, I got some scriptures on it and whatnot. But I've already done videos on missiles and whatnot, on the nukes, you know. But you know, it's always good to review things. So that's what I said I'd do this video on. But like I said, this is nothing new. The Lord been making moves, man. We at the end of this thing. This is recent. It's like 2-3 days ago.
That's the key feature of Russian President Vladimir Putin's two-day visit to New Delhi. An arms deal worth more than $5 billion for the delivery.
$5 billion worth of missiles, air defense, the S400s.
Of state-of-the-art weapons platform. The S400 missile system has caused concern and ire from Washington, D.C., but what does it mean?
Same thing like with Turkey did it. You know what I'm saying? But this is nothing new. Everybody, like I said, they're gonna turn on the whore, like Revelation says. You know, they're gonna turn on the whore. They're gonna hate the whore. You know.
For India's defense strategy and its neighbors. how would possibly...
Like Elder Apostle Tahar said, this is the year of prophecy. You're seeing prophecies manifest and speed up.
U.S. sanctions impact the
Everybody's
close
jockeying.
defense ties
Everybody's,
between India and Russia.
you know,
And what is India's strategy regarding
getting
the
they
respective
pieces and their
influences of
ducks in
the
a row.
U.S., Russia, and China? To discuss these issues and more, I'm happy to be joined in the studio by Professor Su.
Anyway, it was a better one. I don't really want to watch that. It was a better one. In-depth S400 air defense system. Was this one it? I had watched so many videos.
Hello and welcome to In-Depth. I'm Tina Jha. Last week, India completed negotiations on a 4,000 crore deal to buy S400 Triumph air defense missile systems from Russia. The deal is likely to be announced before the annual summit between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Russian President Vladimir Putin in October. The S400 is one of Russia's most advanced long-range surface-to-air missile defense system. It can destroy incoming hostile aircraft, missiles, and even drones at ranges of up to 400 kilometers. India wants the missile system to tighten its air defense mechanism against both China and Pakistan. But the United States, which is emerging as a strong Indian ally in present times, has strong reservations against the Indo-Russian deal. What is their apprehension? Will the deal strain the Indo-US ties? And how does the air defense system help India? Let's find out in today's edition of In-Depth.
But let's not forget that, remember, North Korea and South Korea, they had they have air defense missiles there too, right? So these things are deployed all throughout the world, man. You know, because these are the times we're in. You hear them being deployed, you never hear them being rolled back. I never see a news report saying that, okay, they put the air missiles away. Not to mention, you got missile silos, you got these submarines, in the ocean all around the place with missiles on them. And I couldn't find it, but Trump had made the big deal last year when I think I'm gonna get into the scriptures, man. You guys could do your own research on this stuff, man. It's very edifying about these missiles, man. I want to get into some scriptures. Bear with me. Hang on, Salakia. No, but I was saying, what was I saying before? Oh yeah, but I done lost it. I want to get into the scriptures, man. This is the times you're in, man. This is nothing new. The Lord plays chess, man. The Lord plays chess, and you can see he had his men out there. Ben had his men out there pushing this truth, putting the videos out. Like Elder Apostle Tahar said, the elect pretty much got to be sealed already, man. Close to being sealed. And the only ones that are going to be left are the ones that are going to come in the 11th hour. When we get that, when shit actually pops off, we got to be close, man. Anyway, I want to get into the scriptures, man. Y'all can do your own research on this stuff. Here's a good website here, Missile Defense Advocacy Alliance, making the world a safer place. It shows you goes in pretty good details about the missiles and where threats are. You can add India to this. You can add a lot of countries are missing, but it breaks down the missiles. I got the scriptures about too. The scriptures on the missiles too with the tails. Their head is the power is in their head. Their tails do hurt. You can see what he was talking about. But anyway, like I said, you can do your research on the missiles. And what they're really pissed about is the S400s, right? What they're not really saying. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. The water Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. I got it back. I was looking for a video on Trump had made a statement back when North Korea and South Korea was beefing. Now, supposedly they're at peace, but we all know when the scriptures say, when they say peace and safety, sudden destruction shall come upon them, right? So we know that's bullshit. But Trump's big deal, the big thing when he put those missile defense systems, those are American, those aren't Russian though. Those are American missile defenses. Putin was I think it was either Putin or Trump, but one of them, the big deal was that you could easily swap out. Yeah, they have missiles in there, right? That they claim shoot down planes or whatever, and have a short distance, right? I forget what the distance is. But the problem is you can easily swap out those bullets. Because the thing about those defense things, the S400s, it's not like a regular gun. A regular gun usually can only fire the the bullet or the whatever that it's made for. Like say you got a Glock 9mm Glock, it's only gonna shoot 9mm bullets. You can't put 45 caliber bullets in there, whatever, right? I'm not no big gun expert. You can't put no AK-47 bullets in a Glock or something like that, right? If it shoots the missile, the bullets that it's designed for, the S400s and stuff like that, no, you could just swap out. You could just swap out the missiles, man. And before I get into the scriptures, I want to get into, but I want to show. That's why I had pulled this. You could just swap out the missiles, the missiles, man. And one of the missiles that Russia has, but the thing is, you can only swap it out with that country's missile. So like for example, right? They got the S400s from Russia, right? So they can get the Satan IIs from Russia now. It'll fit their missile, their silo thing. You know what I'm saying? Like if they had the I think it's called the PAC-3s. That's what the U.S. uses. That's their missile defense system, the PAC-3. If India had the PAC-3 missile defense system, they couldn't get the Satan IIs from Russia. It wouldn't fit in that thing, but not in that PAC-3 missile defense system. But now being that, just like Turkey, now being that Turkey and Russia and all these countries are using the Russian S-400s, they can get the missiles, the nuclear missiles now that have way longer reach. You know what I'm saying? To do, and it's just a matter of switching out the bullets. You know. But anyway, let me play this right quick. This is why Sarmat Satan II. This is an actual nuclear warhead. This is what's going to be shot out, not these little, S-400 bullet. No, these is what's going to be nuclear warheads. All right. I'm gonna play this, and then I'm gonna get into the scriptures. So like I'm probably all over the place because it's so much when you go into the missiles, man. It's so much that's going on, man. Prophecies are just moving so fast, man. It's a lot. It's a lot. But anyway, I'm going to play this and I'm going to jump into the scriptures. I probably won't interject too much. Just pay attention to this, right? This is what I'm saying. You can replace, they have the S-400s now, right? They're getting the S-400s, right? And not to mention, you got missile silos, like I said. You got these submarines that have nuclear warheads on them. But like I said, you got these S-400s all over the place. You can easily put this, not this per se, because I believe the Satan IIs are designed to be shot out from an actual missile silo, like the bunker in the ground, the big, But I believe they have, I know they got them modified where you can put them in the S-400, man. I ain't stupid, They have to have smaller ones and this, that, and the third that could fit in them S-400s. And that's why America's really pissed, and that's why they're mad. If you have eyes to see, that's what's going on. But anyway, let's hear what the man got to say. Let me back that up. The most powerful missile in the world. That's what you could just interchange the missiles.
Russia carried out a successful test of its RS-28 Sarmat nuclear missile as part of Zapad 2017 on Thursday night, the country's defense ministry said. The exercise known as Zapad 2017 is the latest iteration of a series of training maneuvers that began under the Soviet Union in the 1970s. After a long break following the collapse of communism, Zapad was revived in 1999 and then was expanded after Vladimir Putin became president at the end of that year. Zapad, West in Russia, used to include military forces from countries under the Warsaw Pact, the Soviet-led military alliance whose non-Soviet members have now all joined NATO. Today, the military exercise has shrunk to just 2 participants, Russia and Belarus, but is still viewed warily by military planners in the West. The rocket, also known as Satan II, was fired from the Plastic Cosmodrome and traveled 3,600 miles before hitting a target on the
3,600 miles. That's far as hell. And that's what I'm saying. And that was back in 2017. But that's the point that, yeah, you got the S-400s. I'm gonna let it play out, though. But you got the S-400s that, let's say it only reaches, I don't know how much it reaches. Let's say it only reaches 1,000 miles, right? America's no threat. This is not really a threat. But if you interchange it with the Satan IIs now, because you already got the S-400 from Russia, they could easily bam slip you the joints on the low. You know what I'm saying? You really in problem. You gonna be having problems.
Secure a test range. One official told the newspaper Kommersant, the main aim is to check the rocket systems at the moment of leaving the silo, the switching on of the Sarmat's first stage, and the following 5 seconds. It's been developed by Russia missile defense company, the Makeyev Design Bureau. In this video, Defense Updates analyzes why it's the most powerful missile in the world.
The most powerful missile in the world right now.
Number 5.
The RS-28 Sarmat is due to replace the Soviet R-36M missiles, which NATO experts nicknamed Satan, meaning the devil. The R-36M was viewed by U.S. analysts as giving the Soviet Union first strike advantage over the U.S. Satan II is the name given to its more deadly replacement, that is the RS-28 Sarmat. According to the concept of MAD, mutual assured destruction, if the other side knew that initiating a nuclear strike would also inevitably lead to their own destruction, they will not initiate a nuclear strike. So basically, MAD prevents a nuclear war. As the United States and NATO are improving their ballistic missile defense, BMD systems, MAD is getting threatened since the USA or NATO may be able to intercept Russia's current nuclear missiles like the R-36 Satan. Sarmat is being designed specifically to penetrate any current or future BMD system. It's Russia's answer to this strategic problem and will enable Russia to maintain the nuclear deterrence vis-a-vis United States and NATO.
You see? So the PAC-3, what I'm not the expert, don't quote me on this, but what I'm gathering is that the PAC-3 that America has, right? That missile defense system that it usually was deployed into those countries like Turkey and India, whatever, South Korea, whatnot. Those fired a certain missile that could have shot down the Russian missiles. But now, and if you pay attention, I remember Trump was saying one of the first things he said when he got elected was that he was going to start to pump billions into the nuclear missiles, man. He said people be sleeping on that shit, man. He said, I quote him, man. He said he was gonna pump a bunch of money into that's the first thing he was gonna do, and you don't really hear nothing about it. But anyway, the PAC-3, those missiles probably would shoot down the old Russia's old missiles. So Russia had to come up with a solution for that, and that's where the Satan IIs come in, right? And that motherfucker's bad, boy. Wait till you hear some of the things it can do.
According to Russia's military, it can beat any defenses and wipe out entire countries.
Wipe out entire countries. You heard that?
4. It can beat any defense states and NATO. According to Russia's military, it can beat any defenses and wipe out entire countries.
Number 4.
At the end of June 2015, it was reported that the production schedule for the
2015, we in 2018 right now.
First prototype of the Sarmat was slipping. The RS-28 Sarmat was expected to become operational in 2016. On the 10th of August 2016, Russia successfully tested the RS-28's first stage engine named PDU-99. The first image of this new missile was declassified and unveiled in October of 2016. In May of last year, it was reported that the production process had been accelerated and that missiles would make up 100% of Russia.
The missile production was accelerated, it said. Okay? Just like Trump said he was going to pump a whole bunch of money. See, this thing is speeding up, man, if you're paying attention. This thing is...
October of 2016.
You know, you just can't make a missile in a day. You just can't, it take time, man. It take time to develop the plutonium, whatever the fuck it is they doing. It take time, man. But we getting close, man. On all fronts. The weather, the earthquakes, the missile, everything, all the pieces are falling into place, man.
In May of last year, it was reported that the production process had been accelerated and that missiles would make up 100% of Russia's fixed land-based nuclear arsenal.
Damn. 100% of their fixed missiles, land-based nuclear arsenal are going to be them Satan IIs, man. This is probably, it's 2021, but that's probably already, who knows? That's probably already done.
By 2021.
You see them making the moves. And everybody gets it. at least getting the S-400s, the capability, the
Sarmat
gun
uses liquid
capability of
propellant, the
possibly
exact
firing
nature
them
of which
off.
is classified.
You know,
The missile
and when
has
you think about it, it's not realistic for them to. I just had this thought. It's not realistic for all these countries to. Russia, they've been doing it on the low. It's their country. They can build missile silos just like America has missile silos all throughout the United States. You know, and where holes in the ground where nuclear missiles are just ready to be shot off. But it's not realistic in the time, the amount of time that we are in now, because we at the end. It's not realistic for them to build a whole bunch of missile silos like that now. It's more realistic for them to have these S-400s and whatnot and shoot them off from there. That's more realistic. You see, we getting close, man.
Speed of over Mach 20.7, it weighs in at a massive 100 tons, making it the heaviest missile in the world. To give viewers a perspective, the U.S. land-based strategic missile, LGM-30 Minuteman III, has a weight of about 35 tons, approximately.
Number 2.
This is it. This is the main part I want you to hear. Pay attention. Warheads and destructive power. The scriptures clearly speak about this.
Speaking to Radio Sputnik, Alexei Leonov, a military expert and commercial director of Arsenal of the Fatherland magazine, provides insight about the missile. The military expert emphasized that Sarmat will serve as a reliable deterrent. Leonov highlighted the particular interest of the U.S. and European mainstream media towards the Russian missile, which was dubbed the Devil in Disguise, Satan, and Weapons of Nuclear Hell. Leonov said, "Let them call it what they want. The Sarmat missile system, which is about to enter into service, is a fifth-generation system. Its characteristics are so impressive that our opponents have a reason to be afraid of it." According to some estimates...
That's why they be making a big deal every time somebody trying to buy the S-400s, man.
The missile striking range is up to 18,000 kilometers.
Wow.
That's 11,000...
I gotta run that back. Damn. And they got multiple warheads on each warhead. According to some estimates, the missile's striking range is up to 18,000 kilometers.
The missile striking range is up to 18,000 kilometers. That's 11,184.6 miles. It also has a large number of divided parts, from 10 to 15 warheads.
It also has a large number of divided parts, from 10 to 15 warheads each. Wow, so one missile is carrying 10 to 15 other missiles in it, basically, you could say. Oh my goodness, man. Boy, man.
Each with a capacity of up to 750 kilotons.
Wow. Each. So, damn. Listen to this. Each missile has 10 to 15 warheads on it, right? And then each one of them warheads...
Each with a capacity of up to 700...
Each one of the warheads is 750 kilotons. Holy shit. So basically, you can say 750 kilotons times 15. Wow.
50 kilotons. They will fly to their target at hypersonic speeds.
At hypersonic speeds. That's why the scriptures say in 1 hour. I got the scriptures. I got them all lined up. It says they will fly to their target at hypersonic speeds, performing maneuvers so that the existing American missile defense system could be incapable of intercepting them. So that the American missile defense system would be incapable of intercepting them. Now you see why NATO makes a big stink anytime somebody wants to buy the S-400s. Now you see why Trump said he wants to pump money into the nuclear program.
Little boy atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima had a yield of 15 kilotons of TNT,
which is nothing.
Sarmat's cumulative explosive power will be 15 warheads multiplied by 750 kilotons. That's around 11,000 kilotons of TNT.
That's
the Russian news outlet Sputnik.
So one missile is going to have 11,000 kilotons of fucking destructive power. That's one missile.
That reported in May that an RS-28 rocket is capable of wiping out...
Even if you shot this bitch down, bro, the fallout alone, man. Wow.
Parts of the Earth the size of France or Texas.
I gotta run that
and
back.
By these figures, it reported in May that... tons. That's around 11,000 kilotons of TNT. The Russian news outlet Sputnik reported in May that an RS-28 rocket is capable of wiping out parts of the Earth the size of France or Texas. And by these figures, it seems that the analysis is correct. Leonov expressed his confidence that the Krasnoyarsk machine-building plant will hit its deadline and Sarmat will enter service on schedule.
Number 1.
Land-based missiles are vulnerable to preemptive strikes, and hence Russian experts are going to great lengths to shield it. The Sarmat silos will be protected by active protection measures, including 100 guns capable of firing a...
That's what I was saying. They're putting them in silos. But, you know, who knows? Who knows? I don't know. I'm not no military expert. I don't claim to know it all. But it stands to reason. It makes sense that they would have some kind of modified version of these things that you could put in the S400.
metallic cloud of 40,000 30-millimeter bullets to an altitude of up to 6 kilometers.
You get the idea, man. This shit is scary, man. That's why you got to have faith and you got to give diligence, man. Because, boy, I was looking at this right here. 8 photos of the S400 in Syria, Russia's most advanced missile defense system that the U.S. could go up against. April 12th, 2018. And you see, you can move these bitches around, man. You can move these bitches around. And like Trump said, just switching out the missiles, man. Switching out the missiles. You know what I'm saying? You could have a cargo plane or something coming with that Satan IIs or whatever in the middle of the night and switch them out, man. You see? Roll these bitches around. You know, I'm not no military expert, don't claim to be, but man, I know the scriptures though. I know the prophecies, and that's what we're gonna get into. Anyway, this is Revelations 9 and 13. It says, "And the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar which is before Yahweh, saying to the sixth angel which had the trumpet, Loose the 4 angels which are bound in the great river Euphrates. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for 1 hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the 3rd part of men. And the number of the army of the horsemen, which are those missiles, right? And the Revelations 9 and 16. And the number of the army of the horsemen, they aren't men, they're missiles. Okay? They're the Lord's missiles. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai's missiles. He's the Lord of hosts, right? That's part of his host. That's part of his army. These missiles. He's got the angels. He's got us, the hopeful elect, his servant, the 144,000. He's got, you know, also these damn missiles. It says Revelations 9 and 16. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. You can understand that now because each warhead, each missile, i.e. the Satan II, has multiple warheads, 10 to 15 warheads on them. So it says, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000. And I heard the number of them. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire, because they aren't horses, they aren't men, they're missiles. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire, and of jacinth and brimstone. And the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, because they were powerful. These arrows, these arrows, you know, they were powerful arrows, man. And out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone. By these 3 were the 3rd part of men killed, by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. Revelations 9 and 19. This is the main point that I wanted to pull. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails. For their tails were like unto serpents. And that's when you see the missiles go up. That smoke cloud, it looks like a serpent, the tail, right? It says, for their power is in their mouth and the head, right? The head which was a lion, the warheads. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails. For their tails were like unto serpents and had heads. See, the tail had a head on it, and with them they do hurt. Okay, so the head on that motherfucking serpent is gonna hurt. What he said, 11,000 kilotons or something like that. That's a lot of pain, man. Okay. Let's get another one. This is Revelations, or where I want to start at. I started Revelations 18:4. It says, "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive none of her plagues." All right, which is the plagues that are supposed to come upon Esau and these heathens, man. We weren't supposed to drink of the cup, but we did drink of the cup, right? But nonetheless, come out of her, man. Be diligent, give diligence, repent. Repent, like they said, repent. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. You don't want to. You don't trust me. You don't want to take part of this lake of this Jacob's trouble, this great tribulation that's coming upon us. The climax of that is going to be those missiles, man. But prior to that, it's going to be famine, martial law, people getting raped, people starving, race wars, all manners of hell is going to be breaking loose, man. It's going to be pet diseases, all type of shit going to be out there, man. And if you get through all of that, guess what's waiting for your ass on the other side? A goddamn nuclear missile. So, like it says, Revelations 18:4. "And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people." Because this is only for the elect of Israel, Yasharallah. Okay? "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues." Because this wasn't meant for you, like I said. But verse 5, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities." Because the Lord doesn't forget anything. Actually, the Lord said he requires the things of the past, right? Okay? So like it says, her sins have reached up to heaven. Homosexuality, bestiality, do as thou will. There is no God. I am God. All this crap all this wine, these philosophies that the nations are drunk and mad with, man. The sins reached up to the Lord, man. Okay, you got little boys, turning them into little girls, 2-3 years old, giving them growth hormones and all type of madness, man. Man, it says, "Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double, man, double." So what we got, they gonna get it 2 times as worse, man. Revelations 8:16. I'm gonna start at 8:5. "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh hath remembered her iniquities. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. How much she hath glorified herself, and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give to her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day." Exactly. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day. Death and mourning and famine, like I said. And she shall be utterly burned with fire. Like I said, that's the accumulation, whatever that word is. That's the climax. It says, "Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh, who judgeth her. And the kings of the earth, who have committed fornication, and lived deliciously with her, shall bewail her, and lament for her, when they see the smoke of her burning, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, the great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come." And that's the main point that I wanted to get. That 1 hour. Why is it going to be 1 hour? Because you see, it said the missiles shoot at supersonic speeds, man. By the time that motherfucker shoot out from the missile, from the silo, or them S400s or whatever they shoot, the submarines, man, it's gonna go out into. You're gonna see the tails go up. You're gonna see it go out into the atmosphere, go into the space, and that's why they call them ICBMs, intercontinental ballistic missiles. They go out into the atmosphere and come back down, man. Oh man, boy, it's gonna be a sad day, bro. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm gonna wrap it up on this one because this video probably went mad long. Joel chapter 2, I start at verse 1. It says, "Blow ye the trumpet in Zion and sound," like I said, because he's only concerned with Yasharallah, the nation of Israel. You Negroes, so-called West Indians, so-called Hispanics, so-called Latinos, um, you confusing the faces. That if your lineage on your father's side go back to the 12 tribes of Israel, you can receive this message. You are more than likely an Israelite, man. All right, and this word is for you. Okay, it says, "Blow you the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain." Right, because the Lord He's not for everybody. It's a holy mountain. It's a separate mountain. It says, "Blow you the trumpet in Zion and sound an alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand." And it's nigh at hand, man. It's soon here. A day of darkness and of gloominess. And you can see it's going to be dark. Not only gross darkness over the people, but literally all the missiles going to block out. And then the chariots coming. It's going to be dark as hell, man. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness. As the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong, there hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. So the time that's coming is going to be the worst time ever in the history of this earth, man. Worse than the flood. Worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. Worse than you can ever imagine. It says, "A fire devoureth before," this is Joel 2 and 3. "A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them." Meaning nobody's gonna get away, man. "The appearance of them is as the appearance of the horses, and as horsemen, so they shall run. Like the noise of chariots on the tops of the mountains shall they leap. Like the noise of a flame of fire that devoureth the stubble, as a strong people set in battle array. Before their face people shall be much pained. All faces shall gather blackness. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. And they shall march, every one on his ways, and they shall not break their ranks." And that's the main point that I wanted to get. And that's talking about the missiles, man. None of those missiles are going to miss their mark, man. Okay? And you can see why. Because like the dude said, these missiles, that SARS, man, ain't no damn joke, man.
The Russians are also planning to protect the Sarmat with the new S-500 air defense systems. S-500 system can detect incoming ballistic missiles or
So they even got one past the S-400, the S-500s. You see?
Crafts at a range of 2,000 kilometers. It's designed to intercept them at a range of 500 to 600 kilometers. Finally, the missile's preparation to launch is under 60 seconds.
It takes 60 seconds to launch these bitches. So once you crank that key up, 60 seconds, man. In 1 hour, it said. 1 hour.
Utilizing a highly automated launch system. In all, the Sarmat will be the best.
And it is a highly automated launch system because Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to launch them bitches off. All right. And with that being said, I hope it was edifying. I hope it wasn't too long. And like I said, we almost out of here, man. Keep pushing. Keep your eyes on the news. Keep being diligent. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.